reportedly interrupted by developments overseas and, of course, in Missouri. The president is back at the White House, facing critical decisions about how to confront the growing threat from the Islamic militant group known as ISIS. Right now, the question really isn't whether the U.S. is going to act, it's what that action is going to look like, particularly when they decide to go across the border from Iraq into Syria. Up until this point, the administration has avoided launching airstrikes in Syria, where the ISIS threat originated. For one, it's not clear how much legal authority the president has to launch strikes in Syria without congressional approval. Also, it's simply bad optics. This is an administration that doesn't want to look like backing President Assad or the Iranian government, both of which have been fighting ISIS in Syria. Nevertheless, people inside the White House indicate the discussion is now about targets in Syria. Which ones to hit? How fruitful will they be? How to hit them? And how big to make the operation? For now, the White House is hoping that any attack on Syria can fall under the umbrella of the War Powers Act, which the president invoked to go into Iraq earlier this month. You'll remember that he justified the Iraq operations as being necessary to protect Americans and provide humanitarian aid. Whether that umbrella works in Syria isn't clear, but the administration is under pressure to expand its military efforts against ISIS.
There's no boundary between Syria and Iraq. One of the key decisions the president's going to have to make is air power in Syria. We cannot give them a base of operations, and we've got to help the Free Syrian Army.
I don't want to be an armchair general and tell you how this needs to be done, but I would reference the fact that General Dempsey did say, to do this correctly, that Syria is going to have to be a part of this equation.
Over the weekend, we learned that ISIS had gained critical new territory in Syria, seizing a government air base in the northeastern part of the country. That now gives this group effective control over a huge region near the Turkish border, which contains the city, serving as the group's de facto headquarters. Now, the fact that ISIS continues to make gains both in Syria and Iraq is only adding to the pressure on the administration to act. If the U.S. can make the attack small enough, it may be able to get it through without having to get approval from Congress. The concern is that lawmakers would not approve a large-scale assault in an election year, given the short amount of time they'll be in session. But there may be a way to get around that in the short term. Congress may be willing to attach, say, funding authorization to the one piece of work that it has to get done before October 1st, and that is the continuing budget resolution in order to make sure the government doesn't shut down. It happened actually once before, back in 1999, when President Clinton got de facto approval for airstrikes in Yugoslavia, when Congress simply attached funding to that CR, as it was known at the time. But it's also possible that Congress would explicitly approve some airstrikes in Syria, particularly given the danger ISIS poses to Americans. Joint Chiefs Chairman Martin Dempsey called the group an immediate threat to the United States. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel said that the group is, quote, beyond anything we've seen. And here's how Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Rogers described the threat on Meet the Press.
They see that as a winning ideology, a winning strategy, and they want to be a part of it. And that's what makes it so dangerous. They are one plane ticket away from U.S. shores.
Well, we should mention that there's a bit of a dispute about that talking point. According to people I've been talking to inside the administration, they believe the chief goal of ISIS is regional power and territory. Unlike al-Qaeda, they want to do attack the West, and there's some hesitancy about drawing a link to al-Qaeda and 9/11 style attacks to try and build political will in this country.